Springs is really unique. Crystal Springs is only about 2.7 miles, but its value in the context of the region is much bigger than sort of the humbleness of the size of the watershed.
Crystal Springs is a big focus within the city of Portland and a commitment from Reed College as far as recognizing that in the city of Portland this is really the last system that provides such a wide range of habitat use.
Crystal Springs is one of those great streams. It's got a lot of the characteristics of a rural mountain headwater stream.
The educational value of this watershed is tremendous. If we can educate people here about the importance of watersheds, then that will affect how we look upon all watersheds throughout the state.
I feel connected to nature and to the real world.
What's just really magnificent is to think about the fact that fish go from Crystal Springs, which is a tributary that runs north of Johnson Creek, into Johnson Creek, then into the Willamette River, then to the Columbia, and then out to the ocean, out to the Pacific Ocean, and they actually travel back again. And it gives me goosebumps.
So Crystal Springs that you see here literally bubbles out of the ground up at Reed College and at the rhododendron garden. And the water originally actually comes from the rainwater that falls in the uplands of Johnson Creek. So way out by Powell Butte and Clatsop Butte, when it rains out there, the rain that's allowed to percolate into the ground fills an aquifer that is under all of Johnson Creek. And some of that actually bubbles up here.
And there's a whole series of springs between Reed College and Johnson Creek that form the western boundary of the neighborhood. So on three sides of this neighborhood, there is Johnson Creek and the water that is so important to it.
Before the restoration efforts, this area was heavily degraded with urban misuse of invasive weed introduction. It was a dumping grounds of concrete and other waste products.
This canyon used to be full of blackberries. It used to have a concrete channel that took some of this lovely spring water down to the lake and really wasn't very good for fish.
Crystal Springs that you see here does have its problems, one of which it is crossed by roads all over town, and we need to make sure that at those roads crossings that we're providing fish passage each time that we do it.
The culvert project that we're working on will eliminate the 9 culverts that are barriers to fish passage in Crystal Springs.
We dewater the stream so that the construction crew can work in a dry area, and when we do that, our biologists come out here and they actually rescue all of the fish and move them to other parts of the stream where they live. What Reed College has done here is taken a stream that was highly, highly constrained and very, very urbanized and tried to give it back a little bit of its complexity, allow it to meander and to pull the groundwater out from the area around it. The great thing about Crystal Springs is that it's got just these beautiful gravels in it, and the gravels really incubate a lot of the bugs that salmon need to eat and feed on. All of this wood here is just critical for fish. It slows the water down, it gives them a place to hide, it gives them some respite. It also cools the water down, which is really helpful.
The Watershed Council has ongoing programs with schools to bring kids from the classroom out here to learn about how restoration works and the importance of these areas to fish and wildlife.
There's opportunities for education with our students and students from K through 12. And it's a unique setting where you can come in and do urban stream monitoring and basically make a educated assessment on the health of this system.
Really, really special about this place is that there is the ability to have Reed College and Portland State and people from the community and all kinds of people coming together and working on something and really making a difference, and to actually see the results, tangible, real things happening here.
What's really unique and quite fabulous about Crystal Springs, in addition to the natural resource features, is the incredible community that surrounds the creek and resides in the watershed and works and goes to school in the watershed. There's a lot of interest here, and folks for decades really have been engaged in participating in their community in lots of different ways.
Canyon Day is a biannual event. It's actually Reed's oldest tradition that dates back to 1912. An opportunity for the community, so we have a mix of faculty and staff and students, neighbors to all come together, celebrate the canyon, and basically make a change, a little change for the better over a long period of time, and that sort of cumulative effort is what has made the canyon what it is today. And so it's a good opportunity for the college to share this space. It's not just Reed's Canyon, it's all of our canyon, and we're all caretakers for it one way or another.
It's a small stream, it's 2.7 miles long, so it's really doable. It's something that people can grasp and hold on to. People have such a history with Crystal Springs, and that momentum, that energy, and that sense of something that can be accomplished in a short period of time really drives everybody.
The Watershed Council, with a lot of cooperation from the golf course and some grant money, basically removed the concrete, planted native plants, meandered the channel, and is made the place where now fish can rear. Living in this neighborhood and watching my sons grow up in this neighborhood has been a real privilege to see clean water coming from underneath the neighborhood from these wonderful springs and providing a source of habitat not only for fish, but a wonderful place for people to live and a great recreational resource. And as people become involved, they take on ownership of the areas. They see it as their own and they protect it and value it.
I really believe that if we can just plant a few seeds, there's such a rich environment here for folks to latch on to the work that the City of Portland is doing and really run with it. It's just this little trickling, lovely, babbling brook, and it literally has regional significance and could be a national model for both how the scientists deal with water resources and natural resources, and for how communities get behind amazing efforts like this and figure out how to do their own part to help make it a reality.